And moving on to the main session for today webinar, Mr. Hong now will start the presentation about how to secure your web access environment with a secure web gateway.
Thank you, Tasha. So hello, everyone. Thanks for your time. Today, we would like to discuss SWG. SWG stands for Secure Web Gateway and called SWG or SWG, which is the very important component to protect the users from the malicious contents or even malware. Thus, SWG is the most important component of Zero Trust based SS platform as well. So I believe today's webinar will be very helpful for you to design your IT environment more secure. So here is the agenda. So firstly, we'll look at why SWG is required, and we'll introduce the major features of SWG. Next, we will review the dashboard. This will be helpful for you to understand how SWG works. Also, we will review how SWG supports different types of deployment methods for your requirement, such as transparent proxy or prod proxy. Okay, first, so what's the SWG? So as you see, SWG is located between users and internet to keep the users secure from the malicious contents download or accessing the unwanted website or application. You may be familiar with the WAF, Web Application Firewall, to protect the website, mainly control the inbound traffic. But SWG is a bit reverse. SWG protects the client users, not specific website, and control the outbound traffic for the security policy. So if you have the following requirements, then SWG is the good and right solution for you. First, one of the important features is URL category filtering. For example, for the office employees, you'd like to not to allow to access the shopping or gaming site during the working hours. Basically, we provide around 70 different categories for over the 100 million websites, and this number is increasing every day. Second, if you have any concern that users may download the malicious contents or virus code and impacted by malware, then SWG is the very good solution for this, because SWG can inspect the request as well as the response data and remove or block the malicious contents. So it's kind of network-based antivirus solution. Third, as an IT admin, you may want to block the specific application, for example, Messenger, VPN program, etc. Then SWG is the right solution as well. You can allow or block the specific application easily. Last, if you'd like to block the contents contain the personal information, download and transfer the Excel file to outside, then SWG is also a good solution because SWG can inspect all the inbound and outbound traffic without regard to the traffic is encrypted or not. So when you talk about SWG, another issue is encrypted traffic like HTTPS. So as you see, currently over the 80% of traffic is encrypted, and attack traffic is also 90% encrypted by default. But if you have inline security appliance like IPS, NG-Firewall, DLP, or anti-APT, then you cannot use them 100% perfectly because they cannot decrypt the encrypted traffic basically. But SWG can do 100%. That's why SWG is required more recently. Then you may have questions. What the difference between SWG and NG-Firewall or UTM? So NG firewall stands for next generation firewall. So each has advantage and disadvantage. The biggest issue is the NG firewall cannot decrypt the encrypted traffic fully or even support the decryption. So So in order to support the decryption, the NG firewall need additional license and upgrade with the higher spec because NG firewall was not designed to support the encryption and decryption. Now, you may understand a little bit why SWG is required. Then let's look at more how AI SWG provide the useful security functions. First and most important one is URL filtering or URL category. So AI SWG has information over 100 million websites and study new site continuously by surfing the internet. So based on this information, summarized with the 70 different category, so admin can apply the security policy for each category easily whenever allow or detect only or even block to access the site. So for example, in this case, so detect or alert for fashion, games, and finance category, but block for the entertainment, gambling site. Also, it's possible to apply the policy, for example, only working hours, Monday to Friday, and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then you may have questions. How about news site? The answer is no problem because SWG is connected with our own threat intelligence system named AR Labs and getting the update, the information almost in real time. So this one. So we support the automatic or manual online update function from the various our own and third-party databases. Thus, you can keep the system and database with the latest information always by updating every day without additional cost. So interesting feature is anti-malware function. This is similar to the antivirus, but SWG works with network-based proxy level. So first, for the already known malware site, including the phishing, spam site, will be blocked through the URL filter function. For the case that normal website has been compromised and malicious JavaScript has been injected, then the malware contents will be blocked automatically by the SWG because, as I mentioned several times, the SWG inspect and checking the request and response contents in real time and check whether any malicious contents included or not. And also SWG has very interesting function to block the CNC connection. So here CNC, that means command and control. So once the device has been compromised, then try to access the CNC server to get the command or additional control. But since SWG has been connected with the threat intelligence system and getting updated almost in real time, if the destination IP is part of the already registered CNC list, then SWG recognize it and block the connection immediately. And next topic is a data loss prevention, DLP. So do you have any concern about the download or upload the contents contain the personal information or critical information such as revenue, customer list? Since SWG inspect all the inbound and outbound data, including the attached file, and provide a simple and easy solution for this, you can do it without additional DLP solution. So you can just click the menu and add the keyword to block or detect, then that's it. So let's see how it's easy to configure during the demo session. And next is the webmail control. Since lots of users are using the webmail for personal purpose, it's very important to control the webmail usage. So SWG can control the webmail usage with the two functions. So the first is a URL category. So it's possible to allow or block to access the webmail itself. So if you want to block to access the third-party webmail, then you can choose webmail category and block it. That's it. The second is very detailed control function for the famous webmail like Gmail or live.com. So with the AI SWG, it's possible to control very detailed. For example, allow A group users to send email with the attachment, but B group users only read the emails but block to send email. Also, not allow for all users to send email with over 10 megabyte attached files. So if we need to monitor the all attached file, it's also possible to copy and keep the attachment file as well. Application usage control. So per your security policy, you may not allow to use the specific application. Since SWG can understand over 2,500 applications, it's possible to control the usage for them. So for example, not to allow the using the messenger during the working hours, and not to allow to use the P2P or file transfer application, etc. So this is possible because SWG can inspect all the inbound and outbound traffic, as I mentioned earlier. So also these kind of signatures are updated every month, basically, to support more and new and updated application. So if you have, and also if you have your own a private or customized application, SWG provide the function to register it by your own with the regular expression. Next one is a professional malware analysis function. So we have partnership with the third-party professional malware analysis service named Advanced Threat Protection Service. So if you activate this function with the optional service, means the additional paid service, you can get more detailed visibility and analysis information for all the inbound and outbound files. So this function include the antivirus as well as static and dynamic analysis. So dynamic analysis means the sandboxing. And one of the interesting function of SWG is SSL TLS encrypted traffic handling. For SWG perspective, its basic function to decrypt the encrypted traffic and inspect them whether any malicious contents or not. Additionally, it's possible to work together with other security appliances with the NG firewall or IPS, IDS, with the active or passive way. Since NG firewall or IPS cannot decrypt the HTTPS traffic, SWG decrypt the traffic first, then push the traffic to NG firewall and IPS, like in this diagram. And if the traffic is blocked, so if the traffic is blocked by the NG firewall or IPS policy, then the block page will be forwarded through the SWG. But if the traffic is clean and allowed by the IPS, then the traffic will pass through the appliance and SWG encrypt again, then forward to the targeted SSL server. This is the active traffic flow. Passive flow means it's just the copy and push the decrypted plaintext traffic to the IDS or log server for log gathering purpose. There is no return traffic in this case. So long story too short, SWG can help the other inline security appliance that cannot decrypt the encrypted HTTPS traffic. So previously I mentioned several times that SWG can decrypt the encrypted traffic and inspect it. Technically, this is possible by installing some certificate for all the client devices. This means to install the certificate is mandatory, and if the certificate is not installed correctly, SWG cannot inspect the HTTPS traffic. So related with this issue, we can select the option whether to bypass or drop who didn't install the certificate yet. So as you can see the image, SWG provide the function to choose between them. And once the certificate has been installed, you can confirm like this. So please see the black image. So even you access the Google site, the certificate is verified by Monitorapp, not Google. And if you have 100 or 1,000 employees, it's very difficult. It's very difficult job to install the certificate one by one. So in this case, you can easily install the certificate at once with the existing agents such as Intune, PMS, or NAC solution if you have. But if not this kind of solution, then we can provide a function to redirect the certificate installation page and asking to install it by each client. If the non-installed client try to access the internet. And if you are admin of SWG, you can see and control the overall certificate installation status in the dashboard. When you're talking about SWG, PKP list is also very important one. So here, PKP means public key pinning, and this is required because some application, especially native app, such as Dropbox, Evernote, and the Google Drive, deny the SSL connection because SWG provide public key is different from the application embedded key. For this, SWG need to know in advance and bypass the PKP list domains. So if not, users cannot use the application correctly. So SWG provides a solution to update the PKP listed domain automatically. Thus, you don't need to concern to update it manually. So this is possible by connecting with our own threat intelligence system. Nowadays, since the malicious code is very dynamic and many, security appliances should get support from the threat intelligence system. One box itself cannot handle all the security issue alone anymore. So for example, if the user tries to access the specific URL, but this URL doesn't exist in the category database, then SWG check with the threat intelligence named AR Labs quickly. And same for other functions such as CNC server, malware detection signature, PKP list update, etc. The updated interval is different for each function. So some cases update daily or weekly, even almost real time. Let me introduce the additional interesting function. So regarding the user registration, you can choose whether to register users or not. So if you have a small number of users and would like to register, then you can register the users one by one manually. But if a lot of users, then SWG support to register users locally with the CSV Advanced or connect with the LDAP or database. So regarding the block page, SWG provide a default simple page, and it's possible to customize if we want, adding your logo or technical support email, for example. Also, if you configure the YouTube API, it's possible to control the YouTube content per category basis on the information YouTube provided. And Google's safe browsing function is also supported as well. Not used well actually in the real world, but just would like to inform you that SWG support to control the file transfer protocol and web caching to accelerate the web access as well. So here is the quick summary of the function. So as you see, AI SWG provide all of the core features that needed for your IT operation, URL filter, DLP, webmail filter, and full audit log as well. Let's look at the dashboard. So when you click the monitoring menu, you can see the overall status like this. So firstly, the usage of CPU, memory, and disk. Also display the hardware status in real time, like pen, the power modules, something like that. And if any issue happens, you may get the alert by pop-up or emails as well. And next part, you can see the overall network traffic status, as well as protocol usage and what kind of encryption algorithm has been used for the HTTPS traffic. Next, you can see the overall trend event by category or by user, etc. So currently only fixed graph is available, but we have planned to provide a function to choose and modify the contents, location, size easily soon. AI SWG provide a useful report function as well. Thus, you can choose how often the report should be generated, for example, daily, weekly, or monthly, and which contents to include in the report. So only security related or traffic information as well, something like that. And finally, you can choose whether send the report by email or not. If we need to follow the compliance like ISO or PCI DSS, the keeping the audit log is very, very important. So AI SWG provide a very detailed information without period limitation. For example, what kind of system event has been happened or configuration change information about who, when, changed what, before and after, something like that. So this will be enough to meet the compliance requirement. So if you have enough storage, it's also possible to keep the detailed TLS access log like this. Then you can see which TLS version and algorithm has been used to connect to the HTTPS servers. So last part is deployment. The most general case, if the SWG is appliance, then use it with the transparent proxy mode generally. The advantage of this mode is first, it's very easy to install and is controlled. Also, no need to change the user's network or configuration change because it's installed with the transparently inline mode. So if the appliance hardware or software has any unexpected issue like a power shutdown, for example, then the traffic will be bypassed immediately and automatically without any service impact. The second case is a port proxy. This is widely used for the environment like multiple small offices or some users working from remote cases. Since virtual edition support this mode, it's easy to deploy in the public cloud like AWS, GCP, and Azure. In port proxy, we can support for users to configure it easily by providing the installation program or PIC. So PIC stands for proxy auto configuration. Other possible mode is a snipping or mirroring mode, but this is not used well. So this is the case study of the regional government office to apply the SWG. So the customer's major requirement was first, no network configuration chain. Second, block the non-work related content access. So we suggested to set up with a transparent proxy mode and apply the URL filter function. So finally, IT admin became happy because monthly access to the non-work related traffic has been reduced by 30% than before. Case study B is for the big bank case. the major requirement was first to handle the encrypted and non-encrypted mixed traffic around the 10 gigabps with stable. Second was to support the already existing security appliance that cannot handle the encrypted traffic. Before flying the SWG, customer could not handle the encrypted HTTPS traffic. Thus, we set up with the clustering for two SWG appliance and push the decrypted traffic to the security appliance like APT. And by applying this, customer could use the SWG function as well as reuse the existing security function without additional investment. So here is the specification of the appliance. You can choose based on the number of users or traffic size. So when you compare with the other SWG vendors, the performance is around 1.5 or 2 times better than others. And here is the specification of the virtual edition working in the private or public cloud environment. So even we provide all of the core features, the performance is very higher than others too. So here is today's conclusion. As I stressed several times, SWG provide the core features, including URL filter, data loss prevention, application control, and malicious file download. Also, like the case study B, so if you have a already existing security appliance but cannot handle the encrypted traffic, SWG support full decryption and push it with the plain text. And since all of the function is connected with the threat intelligence system, all the signatures and database information is updated automatically and periodically without additional cost. Finally, compared with the other vendors, our SWG provide regional price, even 2 times higher performance. So that's it from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. So that's it for our webinar content today. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat box. We'll try to answer right away. If you don't have any questions, we will end this webinar in 1 minute.
Okay, there is one question. So what's happening if the firewall has URL filtering? So firstly, you need to check whether the firewall support encrypted traffic or not. So lots of the firewall, including the NG firewall, only support the URL filtering for the plain text and cannot support the HTTPS traffic. And as I mentioned, if we need additional, if we want to use the function for the HTTPS traffic, then you need to buy additional license and upgrade with a higher spec, because the NG firewall was not designed to support the encrypted traffic. And also, the URL filtering is one of the feature of SWG. SWG provide a more the useful function. So the second question, so how can you position SWG? So so this means the location of SWG. So so regarding this one, as I explained in the deployment method, the widely used way is a transparent proxy. So in this case, so around 90% of the customers using this mode. If try to install the AI SWG appliance. So because it's very easy to manage and there is no service impact. But another case is a port proxy. This is useful for the very small office or lots of remote users. So in this case, you can install the agent or configure the path. Then all of the traffic will go through the AI SWG virtual edition.
Seems like there are no other questions, so we're gonna end this webinar here. And if you have you need further information, you can always contact us at marketing@monitorapp.com, or anything related to the technology. You can contact through tech support@monitorapp.com. Thank you for your time. See you in our next webinar. Thank you and goodbye.